Good afternoon, world. It's coming to 5 o'clock. Should be close to 5 right now, right? Yeah, 4:47. It's coming to 5 o'clock. Just got back from work at Whole Fruity. I get tomorrow off. I always get Saturdays off, but I work Sunday, right? Yeah. Hope you guys did my show I made yesterday. Yeah. Talked about the Xanus. Sky shows as usual. No. Excuse me, guys, I'm eating candy. Yeah. Yeah. Xanus was the best movie you ever made, guys. You'll see that movie in my book. I wrote a masterpiece. That's why the gays want to control my brand. Because they don't want me being king and my wife with me. They don't want me being a billionaire. They don't want me getting BJ Small, Boy Beauty. And they don't want me to control my money. And they want to control my brand. They don't have politics with me, man. Ivan's book will be more popular than Harry Potter. Yes. It's a bigger, more popular novel series than Harry Potter. And Harry Potter is fucking popular. Yeah, Xanus will beat that. Yeah, my book will be more popular than Harry Potter, guys, man. Yeah, that's why the gays will enjoy Mount Ivan. Because they know this is billions for you and VJ. I don't know, my 14 billion, 20 billion off the book. They know it's my ticket to being king. Me and VJ Small have one beauty, staying young forever. I get her fresh all to myself, and I'm king, and I control my own money. They don't want me to control my own money. They want to control my money. Those are greedy pigs, the Gates. You know, they have a psychotic greed. They're crazy people. I'm not an idiot, man. If I sell, you're going to destroy my life, and you're never going to let me be a billionaire because you're consumed with your envy. The proof is VJ. She sold out. You won't even let her be worth $100 million. And you think I'm going to sell and have you do my that? Man, no way. You're going to do me too. Hopefully we scare Ivan with that than we do for him and he sells and shares, but I choose the other choice. I'd rather wake up home than have you do that, man. No way. Gates gonna do me, man. Samsara? Yeah. You think Peter will tell you you made the right choice? He might tell me. Yeah, Ivan, man, you made the right choice, man, not selling to your family, man. You have no idea how rich you and VJ's family are, guys. He tells me, VJ, man, your family, you guys are the gatekeepers. All the money in the world goes to them. They would have duped you guys, man. Thank God you didn't sell, Ivan. You made the right choice. Even though it's scary to die, you made the right choice not to sell to your family, Ivan. And now you made your billions off your book and you control your own money. And the box office, you can fund Xanus for however much money you want. You can easily afford to pay more money than what I've ever made in Hollywood. You got me out of the Hollywood system, Ivan. Yeah, you're welcome, Peter. Yeah, I got Peter out of the Hollywood system. Working for me. Yeah. And I'm paying him way more than what he makes in Hollywood. Yeah, and Hollywood can't afford to pay me $700 million, Ivan. That's like all the profits gone, Ivan. They'll lose money. Whereas your movies, you can afford to pay me $700 million because it's billions in profit. Yeah. I don't know, 6.5 billion profit for me and VJ. I can easily get Peter 700 million at the back end. So, yeah. So I think people tell me your book's a masterpiece. Yeah, you will. Yeah, I read your book, man. Your book is a masterpiece, man. I enjoyed your book more than Lord of the Rings, Ivan. Looking at it, Brandon, we choose my Lord of the Rings. Yeah, Brandon, we chose you Lord of the Rings. Yeah, sick movie. No. Making Xanus for $1.8 million. It's a lot of money, man. 1.8 with a B. Almost $2 billion budget movie. Yeah. Yeah, man, massive budget. Yeah. So VJ will be curious how much money you made off your book. Yeah, she will. When I meet her in the hotel room, she's like, Ivan, how much money did you make off your book? Oh yeah, Ivan, you told me how much money you made off your book. How much money did you make, Ivan? How much money did you make, sweetie? You know what I'm saying? She gave me that evil look. I'm like, yeah, I made $14.5 million. You made $14.5 million off your book? I'm like, yeah. She's like, holy shit, that's a lot of money, Ivan. We can build that dream house. We can start our film studio with that money. Yeah, we can start that film studio with that money. Our Sky starts to maintain a film studio. I can get all the Hollywood actors chosen around we have the Hollywood system. I can pay them more than what they make in Hollywood. So all the is get a piece of the film profits. The fork of where film profits. Yeah. So whenever the actor signed a contract, you got the credits. You know, it's in the actor's salary. This actor gets 11 million of the film back end profits. The 4K Blu-ray film back end profits. Yeah, because Blu-ray is not really a box office, right? Like you could call it a box office, but box office is mainly ticket sales. Whereas 4K Blu-ray is not really box office. As you can say, this actor gets 11 million of the 4K Blu-ray film profits. Yeah. Yeah. This actor gets 4 million for the merchandise profits. Seems there. Yeah. Ooh. Say profits, not sales. Profits. Yeah. They got a piece of the profits. Yeah. 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 So the case don't want you making your billions. Yeah, they don't want me to be a billionaire. They're obvious. Yeah, I don't want Ivan being the most famous movie star in the world and controlling his own money for his box office. Yeah, if he doesn't sell to us, that means his movie money, merchandise money, and game money, it all goes to him. We don't get a piece of that. Even though you make your trillions every year because you're fucking greedy. Yeah, I'm making my billions. I'm not making the money you're making, man. Yeah. I don't know. I make $6.8 billion off the movie. The Gates wanna control all that and give me the peanuts because they're greedy pigs. When you already make your trillions around the world, no man, that money, the money out of the books for me, VJ's not for you, zero. That money's for me, VJ's not for you. You're just a greedy pig. Yeah. You won't let me make money in this world. Ivan's not touching a dime of my money, and all of a sudden when I pull my blessing into my book, you want to take control over my book too, because you're fucking greedy, man. Greedy pigs, yeah. I'm sorry, man. I don't want you being that rich with VJ being whatever, and it pisses me off, Ivan. I don't want you being that rich, man. I'm envious. Only we can live that life. I don't want you living that life, Ivan. I'm envious. Yeah, they're crazy people, the Gates. Crazy people. That's why I gotta give you the keys, Ivan. Nobody don't do for you. Yeah. Samsara? Yeah. Yeah. That's like you're just me shocked. Ivan, you're making Zanes for $1.8 million. I'm like, yeah. He's like, holy shit, Ivan, that's unheard of. Ivan, you're looking at a revolutionization technology. Something that will blow Avatar out of the water. If you think Avatar is nice, the technology of my movie will blow it out of the water. Because I'm putting 300 plus million towards visual effects per volume. So you do the math, what kind of technology is looking at my movie. Something unheard of, yeah, man. Yeah, man. That's why I gotta give you the keys. I know the gates don't dupe you. Samsara. That's why I gotta give you the keys to the kingdom. Well, the gates don't dupe you. Yeah. And I don't want to be in Hollywood, man. Hollywood's not for me. I want nothing to do with the Hollywood system, man. I'm not selling out the Hollywood system. Why the fuck would I sell when I have my own keys? And the billions I make off my book, I can start my own film studio bear in Hollywood. Far on away from way more money, and I get my creative control. I don't have to worry about the executives in Hollywood touching my story and perhaps ruining my story. Because yeah, Ivan, you have your creative freedom for your movie, Ivan. You don't have to worry about the executives in Hollywood touching your story. Because in Hollywood, how it works, Ivan, the studio, like they a lot of them have say in like the script and all that stuff. They give you notes and everything, what you should do. You don't have to worry about that, Ivan. Like, yeah, you get your creative freedom, Peter. We don't have to worry about the Hollywood executives touching our story and perhaps ruining our story. Samsara? Yeah. Yeah. You really think Zane's will be better than the Rings? Yes, it will be, man. If you write a good script and you pay the actors a lot of money, your crew a lot of money, they work hard for you, and you put that money towards the movie, you have everything we tell us a War Battle and Helm's Deep and an amazing world building, looking at a better movie than Lord of the Rings. The deeper story. People will tell me, yeah, this movie will top Lord of the Rings. They'll tell me that. And don't forget, I'm acting as Prince Tactus, right? Don't forget that, right? And VJ's Lithium. I'll make the movie better. It makes the movie more interesting, obviously. Yeah. And Peter will work hard for me because he signed his billion, his 1.2 billion deal. If I make 14, he gets his 700 million of the back end film profits, working film profits. He gets his 200 million for the merch. That's like $1 billion deal in Canadian money. It's a 1.23 billion deal in his New Zealand money. If you sign a massive $1+ billion deal, he'll work his ass off for me. He's getting paid, man. It's $600-something million after taxes. I don't know, 640, 650 after taxes and the agent's cut. His manager's cut, yeah. He'll work hard. That's more than only for Lord of the Rings. Yeah. Yeah, once I start showing Peter all the clips of like Prince of Egypt, clips from his Lord of the Rings movie, when Faramir in the Osgiliath battle, Faramir them looked a bit scared. And imagine me and the actors were a bit scared, but we're brave, and you have demonic beings looking like that picture I keep showing you, they're approaching them. You guys are looking at a masterpiece. Yeah, they're gonna be like, man, there wasn't a feel for you guys. I know they're devils. He's like, Ivan, if you think my remakes in Fellowship of the Ring and my Orc High Two Towers were scary, like the beings in your movie are gonna make them look good, man. Like PG-13 characters. Yeah, devils. The beings in my Xanus movie are demons and devils. I showed you guys the clips, right? Pictures. Devils. Yeah. Yeah. It is a masterpiece. Yeah. And I'd beware of the crewmen too. The Lord of the Rings Hobbit crewmen who are working on your Zanes, will beware of those guys. They're greedy too. Some of those guys might want 180, 200,000. I'm like, no, I can't afford to pay you that, first of all, and you're not worth any more than this. So I'm saying, I was nice enough to put $400 million of my own money into the budget to make sure you get paid. But if you want 180, $200,000, I'm not going to pay that, guys. I can't afford that. I want to put more money into the budget. I'm like, no. You'll still make your money back. I'm like, no, I'm not going to do that, man. 150K is good enough. If you don't like my offer, you're more than welcome to work in Hollywood and make your 30, 40K. If you don't like my offer, it's a deal. Yeah, I give a good deal. Because the guy, even like, if the crewmen get greedy, you gotta be strict and say, no, you're gonna drain the budget, Ivan. The side budget, you can't afford to drain the budget, Ivan. Yeah. It's previous blind for the movie. Yeah. Yeah, I understand. No, Ivan, seriously, man. Like 150K is good enough. They don't make this in Hollywood. I know, Ivan. You're worried. They might not work as hard for you. Trust me, they're gonna work hard for us. For Lord of the Rings, my crewmen made nothing, Ivan. They worked hard for me. Yeah, people, they slacked off a little bit in your original. I know, Ivan, but they still work hard for me. So I'm saying, I caught a lot of cheesy stuff in Lord of the Rings. A lot of cheesy stuff. Yeah. Two Towers and Return of the King. I caught a lot of blunders in the visual effects. Because they had a limited budget, and the visual effects team, they slacked off a little bit. They worked hard, but they slacked out a little bit. But they don't get paid enough, man. I don't get paid enough for this shit. This visual effects is dirty ass work, man. It's real dirty. It's if you're making like 40, 50K, 60K, it's not really worth the money. I'm doing this dirty work for peanuts, and they slack off a little bit. That's why you catch cheesy scenes in the movie. Yeah, well, in my movie, they're all going to work hard for me because I'm paying them the 170K. And the main, like, I don't know, 6, 7 supervisors get their $2 million. They'll work hard. The main editor, I'm paying them $2 million. And so they're going to work really hard for me because they're getting a fat check in the bank. Which is nice, right? Yeah. Yeah. No, Ivan, seriously, people tell me, like, you gotta be careful with the crewmen. If they want more money, you can't pay more money, Ivan. They're gonna drain the salary budget. If they work for 3 years, you gotta split their money out. But you have to split their money. Pay them 30K 1 year, 100K the third year, the fourth year they get a $20,000 check. That's good money, man. 20,000 is like working minimum wage making your $900 every 2 weeks. That's not that great fourth year, but the third year you got your $100,000 check, and second year you got your $30,000 check. That's a good deal for the crewmen who are working. The crewmen who work 3 years was the ones who start work third year. They get their 100K and their 50K fourth year during production. That's a good paycheck for the crewmen. That's a good paycheck for them. People tell me that. In Hollywood they make like 30K for the whole project. Yeah, it's a good paycheck for them. And so they're going to work hard for you. You spoil them with a buffet. You spoil the crewmen with a buffet. They're going to work hard for you. Sorry. So even though you're very greedy and you're taking up most of the treasure, you're generous enough to share some of your treasure, yes. Even though I'm greedy, I'm generous. I'm sharing my treasure, some of my wealth with Peter and all the actors and my 7 team. The crewmen don't get shit, obviously, but I'm nice enough to put $400 million amount of money into the salary budget to make sure I pay them a better salary, a good salary, a $150,000 salary. Supervisors get their $200, $250, $270,000 salary. Money they don't make in Hollywood. So even though I'm very greedy, I'm generous. And they all know, yeah, even though Ivan's greedy and he's taking all the money, he's worth it because he's a son of God. If he's a spirit of God, he's a boss, yes. We're special. That's why we're making more than everyone else. But he's generous enough to pay the actors a lot of money, more than what they're making in Hollywood, and give Peter a massive $1+ billion deal. And pay the crewmen the $150K, $200, $250, $270,000. Yes. And so they're going to work hard for me, the crewmen. People are telling me, Ivan, I know you worry because the crewmen know the actors are making way more than them, and I'm making way more than them. Your 7th team are making way more than them, and you and Vijay are taking the majority of the treasure. They might be a bit pissed off, and they might not work as hard. But don't worry about Ivan. They're going to work hard for me, man. Lord of the Rings, they made nothing. They made like 30K in Hollywood, Ivan. Lord of the Rings. But Peter, some of your guys quit on you, I know, but because they got paid shitty money. But you're paying them a good salary. Ivan. 150K is a lot of money for the crewmen, Ivan. They don't make that in Hollywood. I know, Peter. Ivan, seriously, man, they're going to work hard for us. They don't make this in Hollywood, Ivan. Don't worry about it. I'll get work hard for me. Don't worry about it. I'll say Peter's blind by his greed. Blind by his greed, the movie, Peter. Yeah, it's actually funny. Yeah. 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 So, Sarah? So you're going to have a section for your budget? Yes. I'm going to have a section for my budget. I'm going to tell the engineer when they design my payment system, I want a budget for each section. Okay, how many sections do I have? A good 5-6 sections. One section is cameras. One section is salaries. One section is extras. One section is visual effects, special effects. One section is costumes, armor, and weapons. And the mask. That's 5 sections. And then, 6 sections. And one section is separating. And then when I make Xanus for $1.8 million, I divide all the sections. So I put $1 billion towards special effects and visual effects, 20 million, 22 million towards cameras, 45 million towards extras, 40 million towards separating, 100 million towards costumes, armor, and weapons, and the mask, the prosthetic mask, 100 million towards that. Because with $100 million, we can create tens of thousands of armor and weapons with that kind of money. For Lord of the Rings, you only have an $8 million budget on towards armor and weapons. We create thousands of that, Ivan. Easy create tens of thousands of armor weapons and clothing and costumes. Yeah, afford it, but you need a big team. A big 80, 100 team. 70, 100 team working on the clothing, the costumes, as well as the costumes, the armored weapons, and as well as the mask, the costume and the mask. That'll be now. We have to work on that. A lot of work. That's why those guys have to begin to work early second year. They got to start working 7 days a week to pull it off. Yeah. Sorry? Yeah. Yeah. Hence why it's a masterpiece, man. Yeah, man. Yeah. Yeah, man. It's going to be a masterpiece. A lot of the Logan's actors are going to work harder for you. The Xanus actors are going to work harder for you than Logan's actors, yes. Think of acting better than even Lord of the Rings actors in The Lord of the Rings. Because you can argue The Lord of the Rings cast had some of the best acting in movie history, man. As an ensemble of a cast, the acting in Lord of the Rings is unheard of. The acting was amazing, especially Sean Astin. Sean Astin was the heart of the Lord of the Rings movie, man. He deserved an Oscar for Return of the King. He was the heart of that movie, yeah. And they got nothing. They made peanuts and they worked hard for Peter. You can only imagine how hard the Xanus are going to work for me. Because I'm paying them winner money with me for Lord of the Rings. They're going to work hard for me. They might have that meeting. I'm saying, hey, okay, guys, Ivan and VJ pay us a lot of money we don't make in Howard. They're nice enough to give us a piece of the gold and spoil us with a nice person, save our asses. Let's work our ass off for them. Let's make an amazing movie together. And they all destroy the fucking role. Yeah. So when they signed the contract, I'm going to tell them, look, I expect you guys to work really hard for me. Don't worry about it. I'm going to work my ass off for you, boss. I'm saying they work hard for me and VJ. Yeah, they work our ass off for me and VJ. And the work is much easier for Peter to get in Del Toro. Peter doesn't have to try to get as much acting out of them. They all work so hard for Peter. Peter, I'm making it easier on you. If I pay them more money, the work will not be as stressing for you. You don't have to worry about trying to get it out of the actors. The actors are going to work hard for you, Peter, because they're getting paid a lot of money. I see what you're saying, yeah. Because I paid them a lot of money, they're going to work really hard for you, Peter. You're looking at an amazing movie. The actor for Aeratan with Fool are going to destroy the role, too. They're going to be devils. They're playing psychotic devils, yeah. We got an amazing movie. Yeah. Because you don't want Aeratan full CGI? Motion capture CGI? I'm like, no, Peter. Ivan, CGI is where it's acting is. I'm like, Peter, I don't want full CGI Aeratan. He'll be a horrific devil. He'll be just as scary, obviously, but he'll look a bit imperial like Aslan. I don't like that look for The Hobbit. For your Hobbit trilogy, Peter, I want more of the natural look. Like your ring race in Lord of the Rings. The ring race in Lord of the Rings looked a bit natural, but it also looked very scary. Yeah. Because the ring race in Lord of the Rings were not CGI characters. They used practical effects for that. When they applied the visual effects, they looked amazing. Well, I'm putting a lot of money towards the mask, updated mask. Yeah, even technology has gotten better since I did Lord of the Rings. Yes, the mask they could create now is much better than what they could create back then when people did Lord of the Rings. Technology got better, so I'm going to put money into the best material for the mask. For the team to create the prosthetic mask based off the concept arts drawn from John Howard and Alan Lee. They're devils. The actors wear the mask and the costume, and they act. And when you apply the visual effects awards, they're devils, like that video I keep showing you. And you're going to get better acting from the Hollywood actors or Xanus because they can actually see the demonic characters. You're looking at better acting with them. Whereas full on CGI, you have to imagine what they look like. You don't what the audience sees on screen. The actors didn't see that because it's motion capture CGI. Sometimes. What with the Crows and Eagles? Yeah, the Crows and the Eagles will be full CGI. The Stags, the Jaguars and Mosquitoes, full CGI. That's fine. But demonic characters, I don't want the full CGI. I want them wearing the costume and the mask, Peter. I don't want full CGI Airtight, Peter. Seriously, you gotta listen to me, Peter. I'm the boss over you. I know you love CGI, Peter. I did not like your look, your Azog look in The Hobbit, man. I did not like that look. Sincere. You have full CGI, Ivan, you're gonna get something like Azog. Whereby he's a devil, but he looks too computer. Yeah, I don't like that look. I don't want the look for Aeratan, no. Because I'm applying hundreds of millions towards VFX and special effects, when they apply the special effects towards the demonic beings wearing the masks, they look like devils. Walking demons and devils. They're fucking scary, man. Demons, yeah. Yeah. Because you're looking at a masterpiece, man. This is better than Lord of the Rings, though. I know, because better than Lord of the Rings. I can't wait for this movie, Ivan. I know. So excited, Peter. Yeah. Yeah, Peter's all excited for the movie. Or Mel, right? If I choose Mel. So doing the concert, yeah, the concert arts will be fun because John and Hal not only are going to draw the world, their ideas for all the lands. Okay, what does Xanus look like? Sapphires look like? Cyrus look like? Barak? The Gilead Mountains? The Gilead City Caverns? The Forest of Galathia? The Blood Valley? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. The River of Time, they draw all the pictures and it's a beautiful world. What does a castle look like? What do the city sectors look like in Xanus and Saphius? In Xanus, you have something called city sectors. The sectors, you have 3 sectors. That's where all the civilians live. That's where all the housing is. And then in Saphius, you also have sectors too. Obviously. Yeah. What do the demonic characters like? The crows, the eagles, the bats, the wolves. What do the armor and weapons like in the movie? The clothing, what kind of clothes are the characters wearing in the movie? You have to draw all those pictures. A lot of work. And that's why you pay John Harley a nice like $200K as your concept artist. That way they work hard for you and they draw amazing pictures for your movie. We do the concept artist. Okay, show me what you drew. And they show us all, me and Peter, again, all the pictures of the worldling, the demonic characters. And then me, VJ, Peter, again, Motoro, Fran, you know what I'm saying, Barry Osborne, all of them. We discuss what pictures, and George Lucas can help us out too. We discuss what pictures we like and what pictures we don't like. Concept arts won't take long. Concept arts, me and Peter and VJ will decide what we want the world to look like in the demonic heroes. After a good maybe a month and a half, we should decide what we want the walls look like. John and Ellie are going to be drawing many different looks for the walls, and me and Peter and VJ have to decide what look we like the best. And I want you guys to push it to the limit. I want them looking like this clip I keep showing you, and the W, but I want them scarier. And how much scarier? Make them 2-3 times scarier. Push it to the limit, guys. As scary as you can possibly make him be, yes. Make Eritat as scary as you possibly make him be, guys. And he Ephesus and all the bats, make them devils. Okay, walking devils. Okay, Ivan. They draw the pictures of devils. And Peter looks at the concept, he's like, holy shit. And he's like, holy shit, looking at him. He's like, this is a bit too scary, man. The kids can't watch this, man. I'm like, Peter, don't play that game, man. They can watch it when they're older. Yeah. Their parents can cover them. They'll be fine. Yeah. The parents will tell the kids, look, man, if you get scared, just sit right beside me. I'll comfort you. They're going to tell the kids that. The kids who are like under 12. Whereas the teens, they'll be fine. Like the 14, 15, 16-year-old guys will be fine when they watch a movie. But the kids might be a bit scared. Because I remember when I was like 10, I saw Fellowship of the Ring when I was like 10 years old, 2002. I saw Fellowship of the Ring in 2002, right? Early 2002 when it was still on theaters. I saw it in theaters. I remember I was a bit scared of the orcs and everything. They freaked me out, man. And I was 10 years old. So a 10-year-old, 12-year-old kid will be a bit scared of the movie, but the adults will be fine. But everything them are looking at devils, man. Whereby some of you guys might cry when you watch a movie. Like, oh my god, please don't die, man. Those are fucking devils. They're devils, man. Demons and devils. Yeah. Demons and devils, man. Yeah, man. Somebody's fucking scary. Demons and devils. See what I'm saying? Yeah, man. People even tell me, yeah, I see your point. If you have Eritat and Radar Devil, the story, it's a deeper, more powerful story. Yes, Peter. Was you have in PG-13, it's still a masterpiece, but it kind of defeats the purpose of the story. They call him the devil walking of the south, and he's not that scary. And Tachys is an agony for a wolf that's not that scary. I mean, he'll be formidable, but he's not that scary. No, I want him to be formidable and also horrifying to look at. Eritat and Ephesus and all them are devils. They're walking devils and demons. Okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah, you're looking at our masterpiece, man. Like the world's gonna fill for you guys. I know, Peter. Ivan, seriously, man, you're putting 300 something else towards visual effects, and all that money towards the match. Looking at Devils, Ivan. Like the Lord of the Rings, you only put like $30 million, $35 million towards Vision Effects, Ivan. You got what the ring race looking at scary in the Orc Hyans. It was PG-13. Ivan, the ring race and all of them were fucking freaky, and Lord of the Rings was PG-13, Ivan. And your movie's rated R. You're looking at Demons and Devils, Ivan. I know, Peter. I'm excited for this movie, Ivan. This is Lord of the Rings, Ivan. I know, Peter. It's Lord of the Rings. That's why the concerts would be so fun, obviously. Doing the concerts with VJ, Peter, and Montoro, that'll be fun. Doing the concerts. Yeah. Yeah. That's why it's been a masterpiece. Yeah. So people tell me, yeah, the Will's gonna feel for you guys. Yeah, he will. So tell me that. You know, Ivan, with this kind of horror, Ivan, the Will's gonna feel for you guys, man. You're looking at Devils. This will be the most horrific, scariest movie ever made, Ivan. Ivan, if you think all these horror movies that came out, like The Conjuring, The Shining, Annabelle Horror, The Exorcist, Ivan, this is nothing. Like your movie will be the epitome of horror, the epitome of horror, Ivan. Yeah, the horror is so real that when you watch the movie, you're gonna be hooked the whole way through because everything about demons, and you have that thought cross your mind: holy shit, man, please don't die. It's a revolutionization of technology and horror. That's why I'm guaranteed gonna go world touring for Xanus, guaranteed. Like once the world sees the trailers and everything, my office will be getting a lot of calls. You want to interview Ivan, Peter, VJ, and all the actors? Yeah, and I'm going on that world tour. You know. Guys, I know you're excited for the world tour. Make sure you don't forget to bring your passport, right? If you forget to bring your passport, I'm gonna have to fly you back home, and you're not gonna go on the world tour with me, and you're missing out. Okay, yeah, make sure don't forget to bring your passport because the people are still gonna check your bags and check the airplane. We get the VIP. We don't have to go through the line in the airport. But even when you fly privately, when you land in the city, the people check your plane. They check your bags and your passports too. They still check You still have to go through security even when you fly privately. But you get the VIP. You don't have to wait hours you don't have to wait in a huge line in the airport when you fly commercial. You get the VIP, but they still check your bags and everything. And when you fly privately, right? And me and Vijay will buy the Ziploc bags for the actors who are coming with us. Yeah, we'll buy it. Hey, Vijay, let's go to the store. Let's buy all the Ziploc bags and give it to the actors. Or you can have your presidents do that if you want. Your head of production. Okay, take my card, go to the store, buy buy a good 30, 40 Ziploc bags. And that's where the actors store the checks for their speaking fees. Speaking fee earnings, I'm sorry. Yeah. Which can range from 250K, 300K, 400K, 500K, even 600K, even 700K. If I speak at any places, the actors can make their 700K in speaking. 650,000 in speaking, a lot of money. That's why the agents want 10% of that too, they're greedy. You want to tell me, do I get more than the actors for speaking? I'm like, no, Peter, you get the same amount. I'm bigger than them, I should get more money. I'm like, Peter, I'm already paying you way more than them. You sign your bill, so you're getting an equal amount of the actors. I'm not paying you more money. You get the same amount as the actors. That's not fair. You're taking most of the money. Yes, Peter, because me and Vijay, the main show, we're the boss. Regardless special, that's why we're making way more than you guys. I'm not going to pay you more than the actors for the World Tour, Peter. You get an equal amount for your speaking earnings. Stop being greedy, Peter. I'm saying he's a greedy pig, yeah. I should get more. I'm like, no, Peter, I'm not paying you more. You get an equal amount of the actors. Okay? He's greedy. He knows if I speak at 80 places, I'm making 700K is a lot. Peter wants a bit more. He wants maybe $1 million, $2 million, $3 million. A bit more in speaking. That's why he might want me to pay him more than the actors. I know, Peter. I already paid you way more than all the stars for Xanus. You're making way more. Now, their contract is pocket chasing part of your contract. You sign your $1 billion+ deal. For the speaking fee earnings, when you go on the world tour, you get an equal amount of the actors. I'm not paying you more, Peter. You're fucking greedy. I'm sorry. He's a greedy pig, Peter. Yeah, he's greedy. He's a greedy pig. Alright, can I get the for the speaking fees? I'm like, no, Peter. You get an equal amount with the actors. Yeah. Yeah. Emma. That was going to be a masterpiece on Bread on the Rings. Emma, Bread on the Rings. I heard Peter Jackson's not a fan of watching his own movies. I heard Peter Jackson said he hasn't seen Lord of the Rings in a long time. Yeah, Peter Jackson is the kind of guy who doesn't like watching his movies. The only time he'll watch the movie is when he does the rough cut and the premiere, and after that, he doesn't really watch it. But for my movie, he'll be watching it over and over again. It's me, obviously. Ivan, your movie is the exception. I'll be watching that a lot of times, Ivan, because you're the star of the movie. Yeah, he'll tell me that. I'm excited to watch your movie. I'll watch a movie a lot of times. Every week. The whole will be watching our movie every week, man. Yeah. And eventually, I don't know, after maybe a year or 2 years go by, you get a bit tired of it. But then now the world is buzzing about they can't wait for the next one, which is The Great Escape with Keanu Reeves. So sorry. You guys be watching my movie every week. At first, you watch it at least once, twice a week. And eventually, you watch it once every 2 weeks. You're going to keep rewatching it because I'm so interesting to watch on the screen. And VJ's interesting too, right? Yeah. It's crazy. Yeah. Yes, I'm going to show John Ali, my dear for my world. Okay, so you want a world looking like something like that? Yes. Show John Ali that what they know. Yeah. This is my idea for the world of Xanus. Show John Ali and Peter that what they know. Because that's beautiful. I know it's beautiful, man. A world like that. That's my idea for the mist that veils the north and the south. It looks amazing like that. You know what I'm saying? Once you pass the mist, you're in a different atmosphere. You're in the south, and the demon wolves live in Barak. Please, that's beautiful. I know, it's a beautiful picture, huh? That's what I'm thinking of for my world. You have this. This is without the sunset. You see that? Yeah, beautiful world like that. Because that's beautiful. Yeah, and John Howley. Okay, I see what you're saying. And they draw an amazing world for your movie. And for your thesis, I think it's something like a delving an animal. Yeah, see that? Demons like that. Because I can picture your feet looking something like this, I know. They're devils. Look at that. Demons. So the actors will be wearing the costume and the mask. Like that. I want him scarier than that, guys. Okay, Ivan. No, seriously, I want Ephesus even scarier than this picture here. Push it to the limit. Make him as horrific as you can possibly make him, guys. Okay, Ivan. He's a bat. Yeah. He has that look. And for Aratat, I'm thinking of this picture here for the demon wolves. The wolves of Iraq, right? Praise Ivan, the wolves of Iraq. Oh, yeah, Peter. The wolves of Iraq. You know what I'm saying? Ivan, that's cool. You know what I'm saying? The devil wolves of Iraq. Oh, yeah, Peter. The devil wolves of Iraq. Ivan, this is Lord of the Rings. No, Peter, it's Lord of the Rings. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Demons of that, guys. Look at that. A devil. Aratat, the King of the South, guys. The King of the South. Look at that. It's a devil. Yeah, demons of that, guys. Yeah, I'm not playing around. Looking at devils, man. Praise Ivan, you want Aratat to look like that? I'm like, yeah, that's a devil, Ivan. I know. They're devils. Yeah. Imagine Aratat looking like that, and he's like, Tactius? I hate Tactius. You know what I'm saying? He's going psycho when he's a badass fighter. He kills like humans with ease, man. You're looking at a sick movie. Because I'm looking at imagine an army march on that looking like that. I know, Peter. Looking at devils. That's why it's going to be a masterpiece. Be a masterpiece, yeah. Yeah. You're looking at a masterpiece. A masterpiece. Amen. So it'll be tough for you and Peter and VJ and like Guillermo to choose when they draw all the demonic hair. Because yeah, like all the pictures look so good, but we have to make a choice of what look do we want for the movie, and then we end up deciding. Peter might disagree with me. We have to talk it over. What picture is the best? What look is the best for Eratat? What look is the best for Ephesus? For Fool, Eratat's son, Mass, Bast, the servants, Morale, the general, the army, Ephesus, and the rest of the wolves of the army and the civilians who live in Barak. We have to decide what look we like best for the wolves, the bats too, the crows, the eagles too. What look we like best for the clothing? What look we like best for the world? All the lands in my book, the locations. Yeah, it's a lot of work, man. But the concept arts will be fun. It'll be very fun. More fun than writing the script, right? Writing the script will be fun too, but it's more the concept arts will be more fun than writing the script, obviously. The script is a bit of dirty work. Whereas concept arts is more fun. We just sit down and we talk about what picture we like the best for the movie, yeah. So, Sarah? Will you do previews, Ivan? It's up to Peter. I'll talk to Peter. Peter, do you want to do previews or you don't need to do previews? I will need to do previews. I have my notes. Yeah, Peter, if you have your notes, you don't have to do previews, right? I mean, we don't need to do previews, but it's up to Peter. It'll just cost me more money. Peter, previews will just cost me more money. But we can do previews if Peter wants. It's up to him. You have to talk to Peter or Mel Gibson, right? Or I choose. You have to talk to Peter or Mel, obviously, if you want to do previews for your movie. Yeah, think of a world like that. Think of demonic characters like that, man. So imagine that scene like Faramir in Return of the King. He's all scared with his sword. You know what I'm saying? You have demon beings approaching looking like that, man. They're brave and like, yeah, man, look at a masterpiece. Yeah. So, Sarah? Peter's alive. You don't want a werewolf look for Eratat? Nah, Peter. I don't want a werewolf look for Eratat. I want him having human features like that picture I showed you. Okay, Ivan. Ivan, that's better anyways. Yeah, the werewolf look I don't like. I don't want. He'll still be a devil, but he won't be a scare. I don't want him to look like a werewolf. No. He has human features. What I'm doing. What do you tell a powerful sword? I don't do it, obviously. Yeah. 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 That's why you don't understand why those angels are lucky. They're gonna be legends, fighting all those devils. He's a guy. If you're looking at a powerful story, man, like you and your actors are gonna be legends fighting all these devils, man. The world's gonna fill for you guys when they see Eratat and all of them. Yeah, every time you see Eratat and all of them, you're hooked watching it. This movie is sick, man. It ends up being the best movie George ever made, man. Yeah, me and Peter write an amazing script together, and the actors destroy the role, and they're all legends fighting all these demonic beings. Because even though Lord of the Rings is a masterpiece, the orcs in Lord of the Rings are not that scary, right? The ring, no, the ring race and Fellowship of the Ring they're pretty scary. Fellowship of the Ring is 14 plus. Fellowship of the Ring was the darkest of the three movies. When you watch all three movies, Fellowship of the Ring is clearly the darkest of the three movies because the ring race and Fellowship of the Ring were pretty scary. Whereas in the other movies, they're not that scary. They fly on wings. The Orc High Army in Helmsley, the Helmsley battle was pretty. They're pretty freaky too, but it's PG-13. It's not that scary. Whereas my movie, they're devils. In the Xanus movie, they're walking devils and demons. They're demons and devils. Yeah. They're walking devils and demons. They're demons. Yeah. Emma. Will Peter and Guillermo del Toro have help? Yeah, they will. Because my project is such a big project, I might have maybe, I don't know, 5 unit teams, 5 directing unit teams. And Peter has to oversee all the units, right? We get Guillermo del Toro. Yeah, you know how in Lord of the Rings Peter had a bike? He had to ride his bike from unit to unit because he had to oversee each unit, obviously. Guillermo del Toro and Peter can't direct it all themselves. And my project is so big, you have to have unit teams, director unit teams. I'll have maybe 4 or 5 unit teams who are going to help Peter direct the movie. But what you do is, you print a copy of Peter and Guillermo del Toro's notes, and you give it to all the directing unit teams. They have to study it. That way they know they have the same vision as Peter. That's the best way to make it work. And that's smart. Yeah, once you take your notes, Peter, I'll print a copy of you and Guillermo del Toro's notes, and then the directing unit teams for the movie, they study your notes, and that way they have a similar idea that you have. And you guys have the same vision. But Peter and Guillermo del Toro have to oversee all the units. And you can give Peter a bike. During filming, Peter has a bike. He bikes to all units. Guillermo del Toro has a bike. He bikes to all units. That way they keep track of what's going on. A lot of work, man. It's dirty work. But I don't pay Peter 65 minutes. Like, oh, he has to work hard. Guillermo del Toro has to work hard too, yeah. Yeah. Because I can't wait for your movie, man. I'm so excited, man. I know I'm excited too. Yeah, I mean, Peter is like going. He's so excited for the movie, and so I offered him that contract. He knows he's getting paid, and I gave him that kind of money for the movie. He becomes blind by screen for the movie, Peter. All he cares about is his paycheck and making the best movie possible. A nerd, right? Yeah. Yeah. Peter and Guillermo del Toro will be under me. Peter and Guillermo del Toro will be. I'll be under extreme pressure because everyone will be judging me. Yeah, Ivan. Even though Ivan's not directing the movie, Ivan co-wrote the movie with Peter. So if the movie's bad, then Ivan has a part to play in it. And Ivan's the one who made the choice to hire Peter. Did Ivan make the right choice hiring Peter or Mel Gibson to direct his movie? And like, you're gonna see some people talking. Yeah, did Ivan make the right choice? Will Peter fuck up Ivan's masterpiece, or will he make an amazing movie? Peter ends up making an amazing movie. Mel Gibson ends up making an amazing movie. They all work hard for me because I pay a lot of money, and the movie ends up being a masterpiece. Like Peter, I want that same magic that you have for Lord of the Rings 30 plus years ago. I want this movie to be a masterpiece. Okay, Ivan, that's what you're saying. Don't worry about it. It'll be a masterpiece. You know what I'm saying? You're acting as a movie. If you have Earth and Be Devils, it'll be a masterpiece, Ivan. And you have that accent, you're looking at an amazing story, Ivan. It'll be a masterpiece, Ivan. Don't worry about it. I'm going to make an amazing movie for you, Ivan. Peter makes an amazing movie. He works his ass off. Destroys the role as a director. Working hard. That's why he'll be under so much pressure. Because if the movie sucks, God forbid, Peter Jackson will be crushed and all the fans are going to hate on him. Yeah, Peter Jackson ruined Ivan's adaptation. And Peter Jackson will be crushed, man. I'll crush him, yeah. Yeah, Ivan made his money, but the movie wasn't that good. That's why I'm like, Peter, I want this movie to be amazing. I don't want to make a shitty movie. I want to make an amazing movie. We gotta make an amazing movie together, yeah. Some Sarah? Yeah. But he's like, I can't wait to play Olivia, Ivan. I'm excited too. I can't wait to play Prince Tactius. And I said, yeah, Ivan, you finally get to be the star of your own movie, man. We're funding out with our own money. You're going to be the lead of the movie, Ivan. I know, VJ. You're finally in everybody's movie. Are you happy, VJ? Are you excited? Yeah, I'm excited for the movie, Ivan. Yeah, VJ, picture something like R1 and A with Lord of the Rings for you in the movie, Ivan. I can't wait to play Olivia, Ivan. He's all excited. You know. Yeah. 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 So Ivan, show Prince of Egypt appear, yeah. Show Prince of Egypt appear and get him a tour. That way you help them out. You give them ideas. Here's Ivan, thank you, man. You gave me some ideas for the movie. They're all scared with torches. They don't know what to expect when they journey in the caverns. And all the demon bats are sleeping in there, yeah. They're all scared with torches, 5,000 voices. Ivan, looking at a master man. This is a deep, powerful story, I know, Peter. This is Mary of the Rings, I know, Peter. It's Mary of the Rings. Yeah. Yeah. Yes, I'm going to show Peter, Prince of Egypt, what I'm thinking of for the exodus of Saphius, when the 5,000 civilians exit Saphius. Yeah, I'll shut this camera for guys. I'm fucking tired. I talk for now in 3 minutes. That's good enough, right? 13 minutes, that's good enough, but... Yeah, picture me in the front with Jimo Hansu, VJ, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And we're all walking in the front, and with all the civilians, and we don't really know what to expect when we walk in, when we journey through the mountains with the mosquitoes, the jaguars, and the Gilead City with all the demons sleeping in there. Looking at matches, they're all scared with torches. Looking at a sick movie. Show Peter someone he knows. Peter's like, Ivan, you're looking at our matches. This is better than the rings. I know, Peter's better than the rings. See, they have torches? Yeah. He comforts Moses? Yeah. Picture of that for Jimo and Sue and me. I'm walking. Jimo and Sue, he passes his hand on my shoulder. He comforts me, and I hold his hand like that, like Moses did for Aaron in the Prince of Egypt. Yeah. Yeah, sick movie, man. Dude, this scene here. Show Peter this scene here that way he knows. Okay, our teacher say they journey through the mountains and they're a bit scared. They don't know what to expect when they journey through the mountains. The mosquitoes bite them in the mountains, and the jaguars guard the entrance of the Gilead City. And once they enter the Gilead City, they camp in there and they don't know what to really expect. And all the demon bats are sleeping in there, and they're all scared with torches. Ivan Takis have to protect them. I'm like, yeah. He's like, Ivan, you're looking at our masterpiece, Ivan. This is a powerful story. I know, Peter. You know, I said, Ivan, you wrote a masterpiece. I know, Peter. Ivan, this is Lord of the Rings. I know, Peter. Lord of the Rings. Yeah, Jimo Su passed my back. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, sick movie. Yeah, see that? Yeah. Yeah, man. Show Peter these clips that way he knows and you help him out, man. You help him out. Show Peter those clips that way he knows. Yeah, man. That's why Xanus will be a masterpiece. A masterpiece, yeah, man. Masterpiece. Yeah, man. Yeah. So in the Exodus of Saphius, in the Exodus of Saphius, Tactius is leading them with Eli, Lithia, I believe Belle's in the front. Cassius is with Tactius. You're going to see me in the front with Jimo Hansu. And Eli has the map. I don't want to spoil the story for you. And Tactius is leading the civilians through the mountains. Like you got for Moses. There's something like that for Moses. Obviously. And they don't really know what to expect when they journey through the mountains. And in the cavern, they don't really know what to expect, and all the demon bats were sleeping in there. Like, masterpiece, man, and devils. And then behind the line, you have Tacitonius, Job, Mary, Cornelius. They're behind the line. Why, Ivan? To protect us, I won't spoil the story. See, I'm going to read volume 2. I won't spoil the story for you. So I'm sorry. Looking at a sick movie. Because Ivan, looking at a sick movie, I know. No, Ivan, seriously, man, like, there's never been a movie made before where you have a 5,000 extras. All we can afford that, Ivan, was for your movie, the world's actually going to see 5,000 extras. We don't have to apply the CGI. You don't have to apply the CGI. I can afford to have 5,000 extras. Because I have a big $45 million budget towards extras. It's Switzerland, right? 5,000 extras will cost me $900K a day. It might take us a good maybe 5 days to shoot that scene in the cavern. Maybe a week and a half. Costs me maybe $10 million maybe, but I can easily afford it. My budget's so big. So I'm saying, yeah. Yeah. For Lord of the Rings, you only had like 200 extras. We couldn't afford like 5,000 extra Lord of the Rings. We couldn't afford that, Ivan. Yeah, I know. Because you had a shitty now in the budget. Yeah, Ivan, New Line gave me a shitty now in the budget, Ivan. People tell me that, yeah. We couldn't afford this, Ivan. Yeah, tell me that. Peter, I'm son. Yeah. Yeah, that's why Xanus were a masterpiece, guys. A masterpiece. Yeah, man. Yeah. Burn Lord of the Rings, guys. Yeah, man. Yeah. So those actors for Xanus are going to lose themselves in character, whereby their acting is unheard of. Because I pay them a lot of money, man. They're going to work hard for me. Yeah. They work. You're looking at acting better than Lord of the Rings. Yeah. Because I think of acting better than my Lord of the Rings because you pay them more money. Yeah. Money talks, man. You pay the actors more money, they work harder for you. The less you pay them, the less hard they work for you. They'll still work hard for you, but if you pay them shitty money, they're not going to work as hard for you. Or if you pay them to a rich contract, that like the Xanus contract, they're going to work really hard for me because they're getting paid. You know they're going to walk away with millions in the bank after the project's over. They get the royalty check too. Because they're sharing in the wealth, they're going to work even harder. They know they're getting a piece of the gold. And say, work hard for me. Yeah, I know what I'm doing. Even though it's a little piece of it, they know they're getting a little piece of it. A little piece of the gold. Hence, they're going to work hard for me. Because those Xanus stars know they're not worth my royalties. But Ivan was kind enough to give us royalties. That way we work harder for him. Let's work our ass off for him. We make an amazing movie together. They all work really hard for me, the actors. And we end up making an amazing movie. And they become legends, man. The Xanus stars will be legends after they do Xanus. They just fought the most horrific means of movie history, man. With Ivan. God in the flesh, right? Yeah. Fucking legends, man. Yeah, that's why they're going to be very successful in Hollywood. Pretty successful, very successful in Hollywood. But there's still a side tension. That's why they're going to ban movies to resign them, obviously, right? That's why Xanus was the best movie ever made. You'll find out what I mean when you read my book, guys. Anyways, there's real, guys. I talked for an hour and 23 minutes. That's good enough. I'm tired, man. I hope you guys enjoyed this show. Stay tuned. I'll make a video tomorrow morning. I'm off tomorrow morning. The Zodmer, I'm signing out. Peace, guys. Bye. Talk to you soon. Don't hate me, son.